Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Charlie and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Charlie's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give him when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on his training collar. That is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Now, as you can see, Charlie's sitting very nicely at Rich's left. He's not jumping all over him. He's very respectful, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Charlie heel. Now at this point, Charlie has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when walking. Not jumping up on you, not lunging ahead of you, not tangling you up in the leash, not hurting you. And like I said to you on the phone, I'm more worried about him hurting you than you hurting him. He's a big, strong adolescent. When Rich stops his feet, Charlie's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. This is the sit-stay. You can practice this in your backyard, in your house, with him on the leash. When Rich returns back to him, he walks right back to his shoulders where they started. He gives them some praise as a reward, and they take off heeling again. And if you notice, when Rich heels with him, he'll change direction. And that makes Charlie focus. So walking in a straight line gets boring for some of these young pups, and then they start acting out because they're bored. Rich will leave him in another sit-stay, gives him a little treat for a good job. So we're mixing it up. We're using positive reinforcement along with correction as needed. This time, instead of returning back to him, Rich will call him. This is the come on command, and he is to come in and sit, not come in and jump all over you. Coming to you is always a good thing, but it should be a nice, gentlemanly come. Nice automatic sit. Again, another stay. Rich turns to face him. And this is going to take you a while to get. Remember, we've been doing this job for 40 years. Charlie's been in training for a month. You're going to be learning it. Rich calls him. He doesn't get his voice overly excited. Charlie got confused. Rich made him sit, gave him a click for praise and a little rub on the head. So we try to not always use food. There are times that we do, times that we don't. Rich has him sit. Now he's going to demonstrate your down command. This is your down stay. And you're going to lengthen out the amount of time he can hold it and the distance that you can go. He is still a puppy. He has a short attention span and a good nose. So if he gets on the scent of a rabbit or cats in your yard or something like that, you're going to have a harder time keeping him focused. Rich returns back to him just as he did on the sit-stay, back to his shoulders. He'll heel him out of that, and he'll demonstrate that for you one more time. But as you can see, Charlie's well under control. He's not jumping all over Rich. There's no need that Rich should overcorrect him. Rich has him sit, down, and stay, and turns to face him. So lengthen out the amount of time he can hold it and the distance that you can go. And this time Rich will call him out of that down. He uses his leash just like a fishing rod. He reels him in. So that by the time Charlie gets to him and is sitting in front of him, there's no leash left. But he's accepting reward without jumping, without lunging, without going crazy. Now we have demonstrated for you some of Charlie's new obedience skills. This is only a part of it. We know what you've been going through with this puppy. We've been living with him. We know how strong he can be and how headstrong he can be. You also see that he can be controlled and a gentleman. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and you will get your first lesson tomorrow.